Well, I think, just to go back slightly there, it's interesting the way you segued into it, because it was definitely connections that kind of slowly got me into that. Like, I came out of film school, I did a couple of TV dramas, and then I got a film called Salmon Fishing in the Yemen with a sound mixer called Peter Lindsay, and who I then worked with a lot over the course of my career in the UK. And then because I worked with him and because I got to work on such, high profile films like Age of Ultron, it also kind of got my name circling around in the wider circle. And so all of a sudden, there's other options becoming available to me that I could get on, the Star Wars films and Mission Impossible and things like that. I don't think there's much non-disclosure agreement left, because the films are out.
Sure.
There always is one when I'm filming it. And, I think it's important to keep the secret of the film that you're working on for the viewer. Nobody wants to, spoil.
No.
While I might be looking for an answer, I don't want to find it. I don't want to find, and The Force Awakens was quite interesting. It was very hard to get hold of the script, Most often or not, every morning I'd get handed what they call sides, which is a small A5 document. It has the call sheet on the front, which basically tells you everything that's going on, who everyone is, what we're going to shoot, where we're going to shoot, everything you need to know. And beneath that is the script pages for the day.
Got you.
So it's very easy for me to flick through. Now, we're in the sound department, so we would get more access to it than others. But even then, sometimes there would be lines missing, the big juicy numbers wouldn't be in the script. I remember the script for Solo. They gave it to me on a reader. It was a big, kind of like a big ass Kindle.
Got you.
That was password protected, and it was assigned to me, and everything on there belonged to me, and it's watermarked with my name, even on the reader. So I got to read it, and then I got to the end of the script, and the last 3 pages were just completely redacted. I couldn't see anything.
Okay, we're keeping this secret. Yeah.
So I went up to a friend of mine who on the show who had, because of their job, had more access to the script. So they showed me the pages that were redacted, and even on the redacted pages, it says, I think it says something along the lines of, and then up on the chat, on the screen in front of him, turns a Star Wars character that's so juicy we're not going to put it on paper. And you think, so I'm not even finding anything out there. I think, spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it yet, I think it's Darth Maul that turned up. But I loved that wasn't there. I tried to convince everyone on set that it was going to be Jar Jar Binks on the screen.
Brilliant.
I don't think anyone believed me.
Brilliant, I love it.
But that happened a lot. There were a lot of little secrets and little things that happened all the time. Like I remember there was a day Daniel Craig played a stormtrooper.
Okay.
It was really fun. And we were the same age, so I loved this. This amazed me. There was a guy who I now know called David, who was one of the puppeteers for BB-8, the robot. And I don't know how I found this out, but he was Otis the Aardvark from CBBC.
No way. Okay.
Yeah. And then as I kind of, uncovered this, and it made, actually, once I figured it all out, it made so much sense. I started finding out, and he goes, well, yeah, I was Otis the Aardvark, but those two were the leprechauns on Live and Kicking. Because obviously, they're all puppeteers, and what a puppeteer is going to do?
Going to be
yeah.
Going to keep doing
more puppetry. Yeah. So I was like, there was my whole childhood was in front of me on this film set.
Brilliant.
I couldn't believe it. And that was one of the best things about certainly The Force Awakens, was that money was spent in camera, It was shot on film, and I'd done other feature films on real film. But there was something about The Force Awakens that I remember. There was a shot with Adam Driver walking through the snowy forest with his lightsaber, and we had this big Technicrane shot coming down behind him, and I was kind of, coming alongside the camera and bringing the boom in as I could, and the DP was there with his light meter, which you don't see that much anymore, next to the camera, and a little bounce board. And I could, as the camera came past me, I could hear the film going through the gate, and I thought, this is exactly how I imagined movie making to be when we were kids, like when we were thinking about it,
Absolutely.
Like these were the Spielberg kind of style movies that you're like, and I'd been on loads of films and it had kind of started to wash over me. I never was kind of quite in awe until that moment. I was like, my word.
I'm actually doing this.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a JJ sort of approach to that film, or would you say that's an approach he takes?
I think that's an approach he takes. He seems to be very much of the school of Spielberg. He's very inclusive for the group, and that was a long shot. And I remember we clapped the grips at the end of it, because it was a great crane shot. And they very much want, they help you, they make you feel part of the family so that you keep the secret and everyone works together. Great atmosphere. Probably one of the best sets I've worked on in terms of, seeing money being spent in the right places. I was only there for maybe a couple of months. I was covering a friend who had taken time off to have a child, which is great, very important. I took time off of Avengers: Age of Ultron to go on holiday with my mum.
Absolutely.
And I remember everyone going, "Where are you going?" I was like, I'm going on holiday. And they're like, "You can't go on holiday. Who are you going on holiday with?" And I went, "My mum." And everyone kind of goes, "Oh, I should maybe call my mum."